Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and I am here with another Flosstube video. This time, I'm pretty sure it's Flosstube number 40. Yes, because in my mind, I'm a week ahead. And every time I put in the title, I have to delete it and rewrite it because I'm always a week ahead. Anyway, welcome to Flosstube number 40. This is the video each week where I share with you my cross stitching and my knitting because I don't really have a knitting podcast. I upload weekly, so I don't craft as much to keep up with a knitting podcast every week as well. But maybe one day, who knows? I don't know. Anyway, cheers everybody. I'm having coffee. It is now 1 o'clock on September 26th. And I'm drinking out of my little... I had this made a long time ago. It says Luna and Rachel, and that's my dog Luna right there. It's got some bats and crows and pumpkins on it. And then on the other side, if I can, it's still very full. It says my Patronus is Luna. That is not official, but anyway, right. So, hi. Happy Saturday, my favorite day of the week. I would like to share you some of my WIPS. I have no finishes, no new starts, but I have plans. And plans are always fun. So let's just get in with it. I don't want to keep you here for too long, so I'm going to talk about last week's giveaway. Last week, I had a small giveaway. I don't have it here, but it's a kit of these little tags that you can make for birthdays, and they have different sayings on them. It came with my World of Cross Stitch magazine, and I asked you to say the word tag in your comment somewhere and to have filled in the happy mail form so that I can contact you directly. And the winner is Abra Dexter. Abra, I'm so excited. She has been watching me since the very beginning. Pre 300 subscribers, I'm pretty sure. Abra has been there since the very beginning. And I'm so glad that I get to send her something because she's just awesome. And I love chatting with her in Wolfpack's Live, Wolfpack Diamond Painting, and just in general, she's a great human being. So congratulations, Abra. I will have that out to you in the mail on Monday. Also, really exciting is that I had the charity auctions for Jigsaw Carry this week. So I spoke about it. I didn't speak about all of the auctions that I ended up putting up on Instagram, but I did talk about the one pack, which is behind me. But if I can, I'll put in a picture here so you can see. It's a patchwork paw print bag, a pattern from Madame Chantilly called Black Cat, and an exclusive Rachel Ray needle minder from my Etsy shop, which will be opening soon. Stay tuned. If you haven't visited my shop, it's currently on vacation mode and has been since the start of the pandemic for obvious reasons. Shipping. I live in Ireland, so the shipping was cut way down. We were completely cut off for a long time. So we were unable to ship to most countries except the UK and Europe, and I thought it wasn't very fair considering more than half of my audience is in the States. So that will be coming back. rachelraycraft.etsy.com very soon. So, charity auctions. I have the winners here. I drew the winners this morning at 11 o'clock my time. And so we had 4 Diamond Art Club paintings and the one stitching package. The stitching package is going to Therese Addy. Thank you so much, Therese. She's donating €70 to Jigsaw Carry. Jigsaw Carry is a local to me charity that helps to provide support for mental health issues for children and teenagers from the ages of 12 to 25. It is not an emergency center. For emergencies, they obviously go directly to hospital, but for dealing with anxiety, depression, etc. And there's obviously a very large spectrum of mental health problems that young people face. I thought that it would be great to raise some money for them. So thank you, Therese. Much appreciated. Then we also have 4 others, Diamond Art Club paintings. The one that is coming from me and my stash is called Night Guardian, and Rianne won that one. We have Electric Lion, which was generously donated, and that is going to Celine. Ice Princess, which was also donated, is going to Karma. And The Lover's Tree, which was also donated, was from Kay. Thank you all so much for participating in the auctions, and a very big thank you to those of you who actually reached out and offered to donate these diamond paintings as auctions so that we could raise money for Jigsaw Carry. I was blown away by the amount of messages that I got on, was it Thursday morning? Thank you so much. If you're ever wondering about how you can donate something for a charity, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me either by email or Instagram. I prefer, but you can also reach me on Facebook. I have a business page and it's linked down below. In total, we raised €295 for Jigsaw Carry. That is a lot of money. So yes, thank you all so much. You have no idea. It means so much to me that we could help them. They actually even contacted me, Jigsaw Carry did, when I put it up in my stories. I had tagged them in a story to promote these auctions, and they reached out and thanked me, and I was just like, if you ever need anything, I would love to go and help out someday, or to donate art supplies to them, because they do have a building where they offer these counseling services, but because of COVID, I'm sure that that's all very difficult now. My idea of doing such is not an original idea. I actually got the idea from Diamond Painting with Anxiety, who is Karen. She lives in California, and I've spoken about her before. But anyway, there's lots of people out there doing great things, and I'd love to help as best as I can too. So let's get into it. Excuse me. I like to slurp, so if you don't like that, then please forgive me. My first WIP that I'd like to share with you today is Gathering Berries by Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell. This is a chart that's available on Etsy, and the proceeds of this chart go to Misty's nephew, who is battling cancer, which is very sad. But anyway, if you would like to purchase the chart just to support her nephew, that would be greatly appreciated as well. Obviously not necessary, but it is always appreciated. I'm going to use the bag to kind of show you where I am. So my goal this week was to finish the bird, and I did it. So I rounded the upper corner there. Sorry now. I rounded this corner here, got these little flowers in, and then I did the entire bird. I actually did this entire bird in one sitting, and it was a lot, y'all. It was a lot. There's a lot of stitching in that, and I need to bring that back through the back. But yes, it's gorgeous. This is, sorry, I always forget at the beginning. This is 28 count Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart. And the threads that I'm using on this are Claret by the Gentle Art. So it looks like this. That beautiful red color. Sorry, my camera. I forgot to turn off the auto stuff, so it'll be fun today. Anyway, I asked in a previous Flosstube which fabric this looks best on, and everyone said, well, not everybody, but the majority of you said Vintage Country Mocha. Just as a tip or a hint, you can take the skein, and at the bottom, you'll see there's a loop and then a cut edge. I just went ahead and I cut the loop, and it makes the perfect length for adding, like pulling 2 threads together, and then you secure it in the back. Sorry about my washing machine if you can hear that. But you can then secure it on the back, and I will show you my back on this because I'm kind of proud of it. You can secure it then on the back and then move on. Now, my ends over here are not very good, but I figured it out on the bird. So as I've told you before, I'm a really new stitcher. So I'm learning every day, and it's really fun to kind of evolve your stitching and realize what works for you. All of the, just to clarify, all of that was actually done, everything but the strawberry and the bird were done 1 stitch at a time. And then the strawberry and the bird, the bigger elements, I'm actually doing Danish style, which is where you cross one leg all the way across and then come back. I find it much easier to count that way than to constantly keeping like, how many stitches did I need to do in this line? Then again, like I said, I'm really new at this. So, but I am finding it much easier to stitch on linen because all my projects right now are on linen. And that's exciting. And I'm using my, I've migrated to my patchwork paw print bag. I just take it off the Q-snap, and I did iron for you guys today. Yeah, I took it off the Q-snap and I just stick it in here for protection. Oh, I need to put the pattern back in. So that is that project. That is my Season of Smalls, hashtag Season of Smalls project. And if you don't know what that is me and Mislaid Pages here on YouTube. Jessi, my friend, we are, well, she is actually the one running it. I'm being her cheerleader. We are doing this little mini contest, community event. It's not really a contest, but if you want to stitch something up small, I'll put the details over here today. If you want to stitch up something small, 50 by 50 or smaller, and you start it, if you haven't started already, you can start it now. As long as you finish by the 11th, you're golden. Once you've finished, please send an email to seasonofsmalls@gmail.com, which is also right there, and just give us your, the name that you prefer to be called, and whether that's a screen name or your real name or just your first name, it's fine. And a little bit about the project, like what's the pattern, who's the designer, was it a kit, did you change anything? Like we want to know, and the people who watch the video after the 11th are going to want to know too. So your stitching will be in this beautiful video of the Season of Smalls. You're also, if you finish, you'll be entered in to win a gift card from both my Etsy store and Jessi's Etsy store. $10 for her shop, €10 from my shop. Hi, baby. I haven't set up the chair again for her because she just hasn't been wanting to sit in it. Maybe when the weather gets cold again. Yeah? Yeah. That's Luna. That's my dog. Yes. So that is Season of Smalls and Gathering Berries by Luminous Fiber Arts. Called for fabric. Changed the floss. Will you let me finish my Flosstube and then we'll go out? Okay? Okay? Go to bed. Go on. Go on. Sometimes she's just... See, I brought this out. Oh, I'm going to put the other thing. Okay. I'll put the other thing in it later. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. She's behind my chair. Can't see her. All right, next up is Midnight Way by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is on 28 count Whimsy. I purchased the kit. Sorry, I need to get the bag. We're going to struggle a little bit like usual. One day I'll get there, I promise. I'm going to be moving my room around soon, so the whole situation will be much better, I hope. So, Midnight Way on Whimsy, 28 count. The Whimsy is a Picture This Plus, I think. Yeah. And that's the called for fabric with the called for DMC. Everything is called for. Where they asked for the specialty floss, which in my kit is Etoile. It's the witch's hat, the cauldron, where else is it? The raven's hat and dress, and then the lamppost, and then the bat here on this door. Sorry, I have to see the sparkle. The sparkle is really subtle. And I know that if you watch my friend Heike Stone Cold Coffee Crafts, she actually talked about, she bought rainbow treasure braid to use instead of the etoile that she was given in the kit because it just doesn't show up very well. Like, it's so very subtly sparkly, but it is easy to work with. I'm okay with that. I like easy stuff. And it is cute. So this week, last week I asked you, I fudged. I made a mistake here. Actually, I made a mistake in this area right here. I made this box 1 stitch too long, and therefore my whole platform was plus 1 stitch. So I had plus 1 stitch to add in here, and I added it into this flag, and everyone was like, I can't tell the difference. I think you should just leave the mistake. So I left it. What I'm going to do then is, it means I need 2 more stitches here on this platform down here. And then I'm going to, I haven't decided, but I'm thinking about actually just moving the sign that goes at the top, move that half a stitch over, and then it will align. Using my brain. So I think that'll work. I think. This block has already come out, and next week this part at the bottom that says Midnight Way is going to release, and I'm pretty sure that down here somewhere there are Frankenstein heads. I am gonna die. It's gonna be so cute. I have fallen behind on this, but honestly, this is a lot more stitching than it looks like. Like, this door took me all night. I mean, like 4 or 5 hours. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's pretty. It's really cute. I will continue stitching on that, but we'll talk about that in plans. So I was going, I have a bag for this one. I'm using 805 Stitcher. Oh, there's knitting in there as well. 805 Stitcher's Spooky Cat bag. So cute. Come out, knitting. I have to talk about you later. Because I totally forgot to tell you guys what that was. Sorry. There are people waiting to find out what that is. We'll get there. Building suspense. Okay, so that's the Midnight Way. I'm just going to fold that up. I have been asked before what I do about Q-snaps, because I use Q-snaps. I also have rods for like frames, but I use Q-snaps the most when I am putting down a project for a few days or more. I will take it off of the frame and stick it in the bag. Just fold it loosely and stick it in the bag. This morning I ironed everything because I just felt like it. I don't do that all the time, but I like to do it every once in a while. It looks pretty. Okay. Lastly, are you ready for this? This is going to be a quick Flosstube, I think. Lastly is the Dark Queen of the Seas Stitch Along by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I purchased, I was enabled from the very start by Pippa Brown. She tagged me. She was like, we got to do this. And then Cal from Cal's Crafts told me, like all my YouTuber friends. And then everybody else that once I said, I'm going to do this, there were so many of you that were like, yeah, I'm jumping in on that too. I got the fabric from Under the Seas Fabrics. It's called Bewitched. I got all the called for DMC. I got the specialty flosses and beads from Leslie from the same Under the Seas Fabrics. So I got the whole kit, basically, everything but the threads. I had to get the threads myself. And I've finished Clue 1. Month 1, Clue 1, Pattern 1, Ta-da! Look at my beautiful 3D fish. They are so beautiful. Erin, you did such an amazing job. Look at that. Look at that. They're beautiful. Okay, so let me just put it down so I can show you on the bag. I'll hold up just the bag, right? Maybe. If I can get it to be a little bit more even, that would be great. Come on. There we go. Okay, so people were asking me what I named them. This is Zig, Zag, and Zod. Zig and Zag were characters from a TV show in Ireland back when my husband was a child. And they're bringing it back, apparently. It was like, we talked about it. I was like, what should I name the fish? And my brother-in-law and my husband were like, ooh, Zig and Zag. And I was like, okay. And I named this one Zod, not Zog, but Zod with D at the end, because when I was a kid, I had a goldfish that lived for like 2 years, and he was huge by the end of his life. And unfortunately, he passed away, but he was a monster fish. And I thought that this guy looked like Zod. He's the biggest. So yeah. Zig Zag and Zog. Zod. Got Zog in my head now. Zig Zag and Zod. They're beautiful. I love the back stitching. I'm using 28 count opalescent linen. Again, it's called Bewitched. It's available on undertheseasfabrics.com. And you can buy the entire pack, the specialty flosses, the beads, and the fabric from Leslie, I believe. I'll have to try to get a link for you. And I'm actually going to pop it in this new patchwork paw print bag I got, because I was complaining that I didn't have a bag for this linen, and because it's going to be a staple of mine, and I will be I will be stitching on this so much, I just wanted a bag to hold it in. If I put the bag's plus bag inside, it won't zip, but I might change that out a little bit, but I'm just trying to keep it protected from my dog's fur. She sheds everywhere. Okay. And right. Let me talk plans, right? In addition to doing those 3 projects, I would like to try to work on my thing. The Peppermint Purple Year of Blackwork Sal, which my camera hates, by the way, so I won't bring it too close. But I did very little, not even worth mentioning, and I still need to fix the words. They are just one hair too far to the right, so I need to rip that out and just carry on with this. I just haven't felt the urge to pick it back up. And yes, there is a stain on it, thanks to my husband. Husbands. He spilled coffee on the bed as well. Another thing that I'd like to pick up again this week, if I have time, is the 4 Boys and an NL Girl. No. Correct yourself. You can see the fabric really well. Look at that. It's an opalescent 32 count from Picture This Plus called Helix. And this one is the... Let it lighten up a little bit. There we go. 4 Boys and an NL Girl Woodland Creatures Mystery Stitch Along on Etsy. Cute patterns, really not expensive at all. And they're little miniature ornaments. I think the pressure of doing all three was getting to me. I think I'm going to do the moose and then say it's done. And then I'll use the rest of the fabric for other little Christmas ornaments in the future. But it is so cute. I love the little moose, reindeer, moose. It's a moose. And so I want to do that. So we'll see if I can get the wreath and the moose started. That'll probably take me 2 weeks because I'm working on so many projects. So I'd like to put in some time on that, which I had the thingy. Here it is. I'm using this from Bags Plus. It's this little trifold with the ribbon on it. I love this. And it's so good for small projects because you can literally just stick the fabric right there and carry it with you wherever you want. And there's a space for your scissors, you know, a highlighter if you want. I'm using the digital pattern for this. Very easy to read. So please check her out if you would like to do it. It's small. I think there's 6 parts, 7 parts with the bonus chart. And then plans, okay. I want to sit down today and I want to work a little bit on my Heaven and Earth design. I'm taking it out of craft prison. So this is Soul of the Rose. The original artist is John William Waterhouse, and this was charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I completed 100 hours on this project for the Velasano charity event, and we raised over $2,000. Thank you. It was absolutely fantastic. Let me see if I can get you a better color. It's not photographing well, so I'll put a picture on the screen, but wow. The detail of it is amazing. It looks like a legit tapestry. And so I would like to put in more time. I don't know if I want to give myself a time limit, but I certainly would like to finish this page here if possible. But I'm not going to push myself to that. It's just an idea. And just to give you an idea of scale, that is how big it will be once I have finished it, which my goal is to finish this by the time I am 40 years old. I am 33. I thought I was 32. I'm 33. Okay, long story. Anyway, yes. And I have bobbins on the way thanks to Linda's 144 Hobbies. She showed that on her Flosstube and I was like, oh yeah. And I'm sure that I heard about that before, but like just to wrangle all my parked threads. This is called parking. And if you haven't heard about it or if you are new to it and you'd like to see me doing it, I have a dedicated video on parking, right? Oh boy, now the washing machine is spinning. I'm gonna pause and I'll be back when it's finished. Okay, it is very much not finished, but I managed to close the doors, so you shouldn't hear anything. So that is the picture. I think I already showed it on the screen, but just so that you can see. And this has 125 colors. This is the max color. Select a size. I have the link for this pattern in the link haven, where I link all of the projects that I'm working on, all the tools that I use. It's kind of an index of stuff for me. So if you want to have a look, this was kindly donated to me by Michael, a subscriber. Thank you so much, Michael. I really enjoy working on it. And again, like, I would like to have it done by the time I'm 40. So I really do need to like actually work on it. It's time to take it out of prison. The way that I work on it actually is quite interesting, I think, to some. So I have this big tote bag. I have all of the floss arranged on rings. Well, not all of it, actually. I have all these rings. And then I also have the extra floss in this little box that Jessi sent to me. Thank you, Jessi. And what I do is I actually have S hooks on my drafting table, which sits next to my recliner in the living room. And I hang them right here next to me. So imagine that they are on S rings next to me. They're just hung onto the table, the drafting table, and then that way I can just pull out a ring. And at this stage, I know exactly where the DMC numbers break in these rings. So for example, this one is the beginning all the way up to like 660, and this starts with 666, and then this one is like 800 to 3800 or something. Really cool. Easy system for me. I could not do this on bobbins. There's just too many color changes. That would be too much faffing. You've got like to wind it all up again. No, thank you. So 125 colors is a lot, and you're color changing all the time. So I do recommend it. And the reason why I'm pulling this out and I want to work on it is because I have been watching this stitcher, and I have to get her name because I honestly, it's been a few days since I watched her, but no, I don't want YouTube Premium right now. She does nothing but full coverage, and yes, the Rocking Stitcher. I will link her in the link haven. The Rocking Stitcher. She does these huge heaven and earth design projects. I mean, max size, max color, no bother to her. She's doing Randall Spangler. She's doing like a beautiful safari scene. She's doing these huge projects, and they are gorgeous. But watching her video really inspired me to pull out my Hade again, because I've just been kind of like, I don't know, I needed to put it down after July. I think it was the end of July when I put that down. So August, September, it's time. I'm bringing it back. So that is where we are starting. That is that for stitching progress and plans. Are you ready for this week's giveaway? So I have a few things to give away this time because it's kind of in celebration of reaching 25,000 subscribers. It's not exactly what I wanted to give. I wanted to give like a set, like a complete set, but at the moment it's just not possible. So we'll see down the road. I might kit something up for you. The fabric, the floss, and everything that is coming. But for today, I have a few things. So let me show you the charts that I'd like to give you. The first one is Halloween Wreath. This came right out of the World of Cross Stitch magazine, and you're going to get the patterns for the sign, trick or treat, the spider, the pumpkin, and the bat. So it's up to you what you stitch, but that's what you're going to get. And the way that I'm going to send this is by folding it into thirds and sending it to you. So just like Michelle did last week, I'm actually going to do this too, because if you don't want your pattern folded, then please do not enter in. It's going to come like this to you. The giveaway rules are actually in the description box of this video. You must be 18. You must have filled in the Happy Mail form. It is linked down below. It just gives me your name, your YouTube name, your email address, your mailing address, and then other handles. So if you are on Instagram, on whatever, that way I know exactly who you are. So if you ever win a giveaway of mine, I can either contact you by email or just send it directly to your shipping address. So please be 18, fill in the Happy Mail form, and use the word that I give you somewhere in your comment. Do not say giveaway. Do not say give space away. Do not do it. Your comment will not count. It will be deleted. I get too many trolls, so please don't do that. So if you would like this chart with the chart of 3 Halloween thingies, thingies, motifs, then please just write Halloween down in your comment somewhere. You could talk about Halloween. You could just say word Halloween, put Halloween. You know how to spell Halloween. So please just write the word Halloween if you would like that chart. The next chart I have, I don't actually have a picture. I have it kind of put over. I'll put a picture in here. So this is a chart. I'm not going to bring it up too close. This is a chart from Doreen Jones. It's her pet of the month. And this particular pattern is of this adorable Burman cat. It looks kind of like a fluffy Siamese or ragdoll. So if you have one of those cats and you're interested, please put the word cat in your comment. And yes, you can enter in for as many giveaways on my channel as you want. But if I draw your name and if I draw your name from the random comment picker and you haven't filled in the Happy Mail form, then I'm sorry, I will skip and move on to the next person. But what was I gonna say? Oh, if you want to enter into all of the giveaways today, just put those words into your comment. She is jealous of you. Just put those words in your comment, and if you win, say for example, your name comes up twice, you're going to win the first thing that you were drawn for, but then after that your vote won't be counted. Your name won't be counted for this episode because it's just not fair. You know what I mean? So you'll have a chance to win one of them if you want all of them. The last one though, I think you're really gonna like this. Stop. The people want to know. Last thing is a bendy flip. This is from Bags Plus. It has these beautiful little golden birds. I'm not sure what they're called, but there's morning glories and bird houses and these beautiful yellow birds. And then on the other side, you see here that there is a space for 12 bobbins or specialty floss cards or anything like that. And inside here is felt so that they won't move. And then on this side, this is actually a pocket, a vinyl pocket, so you can put in your chart or whatever you like there. So if you would like this, please write the word bird, B-I-R-D, bird, in your comment. So good luck, everybody. Good luck. Those are the giveaways for this week. So let's move on to knitting, shall we? Last time I told you that I was knitting this thing, and then I teased you and I asked you to tell me what you thought it was. And I believe there was someone who guessed it eventually on... Actually, let's just have a look, shall we? No. Okay, nobody guessed on YouTube, but I did have someone guess, and I told all about that story in my Whip and Chat, which is my weekly kind of update video where I do a craft and tell you about what's going on in my personal life. It's Anna May. She guessed correctly. This is a yarn koozie. This is where I'm going to put the yarn cake. Show you with this one, since I'm about to talk about them. You put your yarn cake inside of the yarn koozie and it holds its shape. Because I pull from the center, which means that it gets hollowed out and then it loses all stability. I know that you could use a yarn bowl, but they're very expensive, and I'm worried to order one and then have it break in shipping or something like that these days. Y'all, what's wrong with post service? But anyway, this is going to go around my yarn cakes. So I'm excited about that. And this is yarn that I dyed myself, and I only have that much left. And then I'll go back to the purple at the top. So, and it still smells good. So that is what that is. And I am on row 39. So there's still like half of that to go. or double that to go, excuse me. So that's that WIP. Next up is one that I work on in the morning. This is my Fading Point Shawl by Hohi Locatelli. Excuse me. It's got Luna's fur all over it. I'm going to try to pull it out so that you can see. My stitch markers are from Maxwell Knits. And it's so pretty, you guys. Oh, look at it. That color is accurate. It's this blue and green color, and it's an actual set of 5 colors called Atlantis, and this is the first color. That is my progress marker from last week. So I finished the garter band, which is this area here, and now I'm starting on lace number 2. I think you can see the holes. It's hard to show that. Yeah, so that's the lacing on it. And I will show you properly when I get that lace section finished, but at the moment it's just unwieldy. I'm finding that my yarn twists quite a lot, and I'm not sure how to fix that other than to go like this like 1,000 times. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. I'm using the Knit Pro Zings, which are nice, but they're very slippery. And yeah, that's it. This is one of the colors. This is the next color that gets added after this one, and it slowly fades into this beautiful, well, that's number 4, and I think number 5 is pure gold, or no, that's number 5. That is the last one. Oops, that's the last one. Isn't that gorgeous? So I won't be seeing you for like a year. I do want to spend more time on it. It's just, it's very laborious. I mean, the lace sections take a very long time because you need to be very concentrated on what you're doing, counting correctly and everything. Otherwise the lace gets all messed up. I did make a mistake in the beginning. No big deal. I fixed it eventually by adding more stitches or subtracting them or something like that. I figured that out. But it takes a lot of brain power. So I do try to wake up in the morning with this when I'm not using that time to do the peppermint purple blackwork sal. This bag is a My Cottage number 9 bag. I love this bag. It's really, really nice. And it's got this drawstring. The shop is in Ireland, and I will be buying more of these bags. They're very well made, and it sits next to my bed where it lives. I do not do this project in the living room. I'd probably get further on it if I did. But what has been taking up all of my time this week is in my Amazon bag. Reduce, reuse, recycle, everybody. And so I am happy to announce, actually, let me just put in my progress marker here. I'm happy to announce that I finished Clue 2 for the Mixtape Cowl by Paisley Pearl Yarns. So I'm going to put in a progress marker so that you can see where I finished. This has been such a joy. I mean, I don't know why. I think it's because it's in the round. I really like working in the round. Cowls are not something that I would typically wear. I usually wear a scarf, but they're so easy to knit. And you see the results so quickly. So here we go. Look at that. Look at how cool that is. So if you can see, this pink marker is where I finished last week. And this is clue number 2. All of the orange and brown here is a yarn that I only have this much left. My prism is putting light on me, sorry. So this textured section is absolutely phenomenal. I love how it's coming out. I love the color. I didn't think I would like the color, but holy cow. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited because I can only imagine where it's going to go next. I originally thought that I would use this orange color for a lace section, and then I realized it's very heavily variegated. So you need something that's either stockinette or textured to bring out all those colors. And I think just like with this section here, that it's perfect. So the way that I'm going to work the rest of this is I'm going to do the other green next, and then the brown, the other lighter brown at the top, regardless of whether it's lace or not. And then it'll be finished, and I'll have it for Halloween. Isn't that so Halloween-y? I know that it's supposed to be reminiscent of a mixtape, and 1, 2, Freddy's After You is funny, but... And then look at this top detail here. Isn't that pretty? I like that. So I think that's what's going to be next, is this like cool toothy thing going on. But I adore this, and I'm so happy that I joined in, even though I had to pay extra on customs because Ireland, but that's okay. You know, I will pay the money to get the things, which is why sometimes, mini rant, sometimes I get a little upset when people complain about getting customs charges, or having, not about getting the customs charges, about having to pay shipping fees. Specifically, my American friends who live in America. You get away with getting so much stuff for free, shipped for free. And nowhere else in the world do we have that luxury. So please stop being entitled. When you say stuff like that, it really makes our blood boil, because we wish that we were like you in that way and that we could get free or very little shipping. I pay 25 euro every time I want something shipped or more. And you can ask my friends. They've sent me boxes and stuff, and it is not cheap. So please, I'm used to paying the shipping charges and the customs fees. Yeah. Anyway, I have a lot left of the brown for section 1, and I have very little of section 2's colors left. But I would like to use these in something. But do you see how floppy it is? That's what the yarn cake koozie is for. So those are all of my WIPs. I have been wanting to cast on a project, and I have the details here. I found a free pattern from laughinghens.com. Check them out. I found this pattern for a knee-high sock, and I would like to cast it on. I don't know if I'm going to cast it on yet, but 'tis the season. Like, it is cold. Look at me. I'm wearing a proper sweater. It's cold. It's sunny, but it's cold. And so I was thinking about starting those boot socks. Those brown, purple, that one. Just there. You can't really see it. I showed it a while back when I got the haul. I think that was back in March or something. But I've got this beautiful, variegated, thick boot sock yarn. And I would like to make knee-high boots. And those will go inside the boots that I have. I wear them every winter. I wear them every day that it isn't raining. And I kid you not, every day that it isn't raining. And I would love to have actual knee-high boots that I can wear with my skirts and dresses, because I find that the boots themselves are not warm enough. Like, the inside has this little bit of fuzz, but it's just not enough. So yes, hopefully they will be thin enough as well. I'll have to check that out. But anyway, that I would like to cast on. And the pattern itself goes from the top down. It is called knee highs. I will link I will make sure to put in that link after I finish recording so that you can check them out. Just check out the knitting section of the link Haven, and it will tell you exactly where to get that pattern. You do have to sign up for to make an account on that website. Whatever. It's a free pattern. It seems easy enough, and you start with the ribbing at the top and you go all the way down, and it's a very basic sock, and that's what I want. I want the most basic sock there is because I've never made socks before, and I'm going to be using double pointed needles. So that's that. What else were we talking about? Jessi and Heike were trying to get me into another MCal. No. And, oh, one of my favorite stores, CurioStitches.com, has restocked. I'll have to make sure that I have her new store link correct. And she's asking for test knitters. So if you are interested and skilled enough to join in and do a test knit for her, it's called Phantom Kitty, I think. And she just asked on her Instagram to have test knitters contact her directly. So please, if you are good at it, please join, because if I don't get picked, it's fine. I just would really like to eventually knit it. I'm not giving anything away, but it is DK weight. She has said that. It's a DK weight sweater, and I really want it. Like, I really want it. The Marrakesh cardigan, I have not touched that this week at all. I don't know. I just didn't have time. And hopefully today, I have 2 hours. I might be re-dyeing some of the skeins of yarn that I talked about last time that I wasn't happy with. So I might bring out those dye pots today, considering there isn't a single cloud in the sky, and gonna go enjoy doing some of that today, as well as doing all the things that I do on Saturdays. Saturday is my favorite day of the week. So that, I guess I'll let you go. I'm gonna go take Luna for a WALK. She lifted her head when I said her name. Yes, baby, we're going. And edit this video on the way. So I hope that you all had a great week and that you make next week a great one if I don't see you between now and then. If you're new to my channel and you would like to consider subscribing, there is a button down below, and then when you click it, there's a bell to notify you when I upload new videos. And I upload 6 days a week. So for the foreseeable future. My schedule is going to change. I talked about that on Wednesday. Starting in October, I will be doing more of a daily crafty chat 3 times a week. And then I'll have, if possible, I'll have an unboxing for a diamond painting, if that's applicable that week. My normal, I may or may not have my normal long whip and chat. I'm not sure yet. Have to figure that out. And also, of course, Flosstube, because I'm not going to stop sharing all my goodness, but I'll be showing you daily what I've been working on instead of all at once. I will reserve Saturdays to do a review of what I did in the week and also show you any haul or anything that I can share with you there. Is there anything else that I need to talk about today? I hope that you take care of yourself this week. If you're struggling, because a lot of us are right now still, just know that that's okay. Your feelings are valid, and just try your best to do one thing for yourself this week. It's not selfish. We have to take care of each other, and not to bring you down, but young people, especially in their 20s and their teenage years, are finding this very difficult right now, especially because they haven't had the time to socialize and it feels like everything is crumbling around them. So hold them tight. Let them know that this is not forever. It's just right now, and it's okay to not be okay. Okay? Right. All right. Let's do the poem of the week. This is a book by my local poet Patty Bush, Second Sight. I like to read a poem at the end of my Flosstubes so that people enjoy my voice. So you can stay a little longer if you like. But if you have to go, I understand. So this one is a long one. I hope you're ready. It's called The Stone Woman of Bara. You're petrified, you poor thing, into a stone pillar in Bara. The harrowing of the wind and ravaging of the sun scored into your sides. The passage of years dried into the gray strands of stony lichen that cling to you. Your face turned to the ebb and flow of the tide. You who boasted of being twined around triumphant kings, you who defied saints and clerics, you who would not shrink from the Son of God himself being limb upon limb with you. You whose shape and weight are named all over the land, a breast here, a hollow there, nose, tooth, flowing hair, still recalling, you still whispering rumors of sightings. You who gloried in the gifts of kings, silks and fine linens, horses, chariots, and the rarest of wines, look at you now, dependent on offerings not from kings or ministers, but from commoners passing the way. Rusting small change deposited by tourists into the folds of your skin. Shells and candles netted together by those who seek sanctuary from the city. Heather and moss plaited and twined by golden lads and lasses wrapped around themselves in a lucent photograph. And are they not truly prince and princess? But you poor thing here in Bara, staring at the sea, your fabled vision finally and perfectly clear, your springtide has in the end ebbed, as all our tides beyond return. That was lovely. Patty Bush is an amazing poet. He has several books, and this is one of them. If you're interested in checking it out, please check out my little link down below to Amazon. That's it, guys. That's all for today. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care and have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Bye.